Once upon a time in the quaint town of Millington, there lived a distinguished gentleman named Theodore Sutherland. Theodore, known to all as the Hat Man, had a penchant for collecting and wearing an array of hats that rivaled the most extravagant of wardrobes. From the classic fedora to the whimsical top hat adorned with feathers, Theodore had a hat for every occasion. His collection was the talk of the town, and each hat seemed to carry its own unique story. The Hat Man's reputation grew not just for his fashion sense, but for the charm and grace with which he wore each hat. Every morning, the townsfolk eagerly awaited Theodore's stroll through the cobblestone streets, wondering which hat would grace his head that day. The local children, in particular, found joy in guessing the hat of the day, their faces lighting up with excitement as Theodore approached. The Hat Man was not just a collector of hats. He was a storyteller. He regaled the townspeople with tales of his travels, and each hat symbolized a different adventure. The wide-brimmed sun hat reminded him of lazy afternoons spent on tropical beaches, while the fur-lined trapper hat brought memories of snowy escapades in far-off lands. One day, a mysterious package arrived at Theodore's doorstep. Inside was a hat like no other, a shimmering, star-studded wizard hat. The note accompanying it read, "For the man whose stories are as magical as the hats he wears." The Hat Man was intrigued. As he placed the wizard hat upon his head, something extraordinary happened. A soft glow enveloped him, and the townspeople watched in awe as images of his adventures materialized in the air around him. The wizard hat had the power to bring his stories to life. From that day forward, Theodore became not only the Hat Man, but also the enchanting storyteller. Crowds gathered to hear his tales, and the once quiet town of Millington buzzed with excitement. The Hat Man's magical stories inspired everyone to embrace the spirit of adventure and to find their own unique style, just like the gentleman who had a hat for every story and a story for every hat. And so, in the charming town of Millington, Theodore Sutherland continued to weave his tales, one hat at a time.